So at this point, you're trying to determine if getting a divorce will make you happier. Well, in this video, I'm going to provide you guys some perspective and some tools to help you come to a decision. My name is Marcus, and through my experiences, my study, and my observation, I help people ignite change. And I do that through mindset, through optimization, and through perspective. And if that sounds something like you're interested in, remember to subscribe. Now, where do we start from here? So right now you have the mindset of uncertainty. You don't know if the next 10 years, the path you are going, if that is something that you want. And that being said, you do have a track record of your past, of where you've come to this point. Now, I come from the idea that the future is uncertain. You don't know what exactly will happen. There are a million different things that could happen, good, bad, and different. But the past, we can learn from. The past connects the dots to where we are today. All the way up to the point we are today, does that give you an idea of what you can project into the future? Do you see yourself in the next 10 years on the same path? Does that thought make you happy? Now, with that being said, I don't believe you should live in the past or in the future, because right now what matters is the now, this current moment you're in. And a lot of times what happens is we get stuck in the past or in the future. We look forward to something better in the future, and then we will build this thing up to understand that once we reach that point, then we will be happy. But we also have the past. In the past leading up to this point, we realize that in the current state, we are not happy. The path that we were given thus far has not made us happy. Now this leads again back to the now. To the now is the state of mind that you are in. You have to understand that now, in this current state, you can make yourself happy. Happiness is a state of mind. You can't think that in the future, on whatever decision I make, will make me happy. Because the future is uncertain. It's not proven that anything will make you happy when you get to that point. You know that by looking back in your past, that there are specific things, specific goals that you've had in your life, or specific events you've had in your life that you were hoping to achieve. And you realize that when you achieve these things in your life, did they provide you as much happiness as you thought they would when you reached that part in your life? More than likely, you haven't. You had that goal, and it was fun along the journey, and then when you achieved that goal, you were happy for a moment. Then you search for the next moment. You have to realize that happiness is the journey. Right? It is finding those things that you want in life and going after those things you want in life. So, you have to realize that you have to be happy along the journey. Now, this current journey that you're on, maybe, there's a lot of frustration going on. Maybe you find that you guys are fighting a lot. Maybe you find that this isn't the environment you want to be in anymore. Now, because of our past, we realize that to this current point that we're in, our environment may not be serving us anymore. We have to realize that beliefs or thoughts, they may not be relevant to who we are today. We have to realize that we do evolve, we do change. Do we like the person we are today? This may be leading us to question if a divorce will make us happy. And currently, if our environment, our beliefs aren't serving us in the current time, they may not be. This is why, again, we are not happy in the moment. And we are looking to see if we did have a divorce, if it would make us happier. But this goes back to something I always talk about having an environment to prosper in. If the current environment now that you're currently in, because this is the only environment that currently exists, right? The past really doesn't exist. The future really doesn't exist. All you have is this given moment. And in this given moment, If you are not happy, it could be the environment. So, with that said, the environment, do you need to make a change in environment? Do you need to make that purposeful environment to foster a more positive environment for yourself? You have to realize that you won't ever get time back. This is why the past doesn't exist. This is why the future doesn't exist. All you have is the moment. So you have to make the best decisions that you can in the moment. And you can change that moment at any point in your life. You can change it to believe that you are happy. You have to be happy with the person that you are. And in knowing that, into accepting that, you have to know that the decisions that you make in your life aren't wrong decisions. The decisions that you make in your life are decisions you've made with the thought that it was something that you truly wanted, right? And going from that point, you cannot beat yourself down for making that choice. We make choices and we learn from them. Yes, the past is there to guide us to where we are today, but there is nothing more than that. All the things that we thought we were in the past, they aren't who we are today. You should take the thoughts, the ideas of happiness. Happiness is not something that we seek. Happiness is something that is internal. If we find that we aren't seeing happiness, we need to look inside ourselves. That also, again, involves realizing that if our environment isn't a current environment that will help us foster growth, help us be who we want to be, then at that point, then you should consider changing. I don't think you should ever be in an environment that is negative, that is not fostering your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs. And have to realize that this environment has to evolve along with you, because you evolve along through time. But it is all given in the moment. This very moment right now. It can all be changed in this very moment. You can change it right now by going and getting a divorce right this moment. That would change the current environment. You have to realize that the future, the uncertainty of what's to come, it can be scary, but you have to not look at the negative parts of it, right? You can also project a positive side to it. Where all of the great opportunities that will be presented to you. A lot of times we'll look at what we lose and forget about what we could gain. But we don't know. All that is uncertain. None of that has happened yet. That's why you cannot be fearful of the uncertainty, because none of it has happened. Our mind likes to predict what could happen, and sometimes it likes to predict things 10 times worse than they are. Or you can just execute on it and see where it leads you. And again, that can be fearful because our mind wants to know before it makes a choice. But you have to realize that every choice that you make, nothing is a wrong choice. You have to be happy with now. And the only reason you can bring back your happiness is by the choices you make right now. To change your life, to change your environment, to seek those things that help you grow, to seek those things that bring positivity into your life. You have to realize that there is an abundance of options out there. You have to realize that losing one thing, you gain multiple things. You can't come into it with a scarcity mindset. And realize that by making a choice, you bring happiness into your life. But only if it is a choice, only if it is the understanding that the choice that you're making is for yourself. Because if it is for yourself, you will bring happiness into your life. Maybe happiness is staying in that marriage. But you also have, again, the past, which I've said is only good for connecting the dots to understanding where you are today. And so again, I say, you have to remember that happiness is a state of mind. That by thinking the grass is always greener on the other side, it could be, it could not be. But that again determines if you're happy on the current track that you're on, and you have a track record because you've had a past of it, connecting the dots till now, and in 10 years, how does that path look to you? Is it the environment you want to be in for the next 10 years? Now the new environment, right? You have to understand that we're also always creating our environment through the decisions we make, that are decisions aimed towards making us happy. As long as the decisions we are making make us happy, you will find your happiness. Whether that's through staying in that relationship or through getting a divorce. So I hope this helps you, and if it has, remember to hit the like button so those other people that may have questions about happiness in divorce can find this video as well, and share it with someone else if you know someone that is going through this same experience. So until next time, I will see you guys later.